You know he loved to drink good whiskey. Whoa, oh, 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 while laughing at the moon.
We made it. Welcome to the first episode of the Farm to Fork podcast. Before I even get into anything, I want to take a little moment to thank all of you guys. You guys were blowing me up, kept lighting that fire under me, pushing me to get this episode out to really start, so thank you for all your patience. Thank you for, all the support. It really means a lot to me. I'm going to give you guys a little life update at the beginning of every episode. So here it is. We are on vacation currently, living life. Life is good. It's very rare in my career that I, have the time to wake up in the morning and not have really anything planned. So, I'm just taking everything day by day. So I thought there was no better time than to really get this done. So thank you guys and welcome to the show where we, get in depth. We get into the little itsy bitsy details about our wonderful hospitality industry because, this is a world that people, overlook sometimes, but they it's way deeper than it may seem. So I just really wanted to, get into that. So today on the podcast, we have someone very, very special. And I say special because in our industry, in hospitality, it is, it's hard nowadays, finding people with the proper mix of talent, passion, creativity, professionalism, which, make you a force to be reckoned with. And I can gladly say that our guest today is a force to be reckoned with in our field. Without any further ado, please help me welcome the great pastry chef, Valentin Vexenat. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing today, chef?
Very good. And you?
I'm great.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being the first. This is a big deal for me. So
It's an honor for me.
Thank you for being here. How's the weather treating you right now?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a place with this kind of climate, this kind of cold weather, les minus 23s? And
that's the first time in my life. And I think the last one as well.
For sure, it can be tough. It can definitely be tough.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Montreal?
It's gonna be 1 year next month. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Mid-February. Sorry.
Mid-February. Yeah, this is the peak season. It's great.
Yeah. I remember.
Today was nice though. It wasn't too cold. It wasn't too cold today.
No, not that much. But I remember when I first arrived a year ago. I went to Quebec. And the temperature was minus 38 outside, which was really, really cold.
For sure.
So I'm not afraid anymore. I can say it.
You can say it. Awesome. So I'm going to just immediately go in here into your background. Where are you from?
Yeah.
And how was it like growing up there? And your family situation, you have siblings, all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So where are you from?
I'm from a small town in the middle of France named Vichy.
Okay.
It's right in the middle of France, close to Clermont-Ferrand, which is the biggest city nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm born there on the 15th of August in 1992.
92. That makes you...
Almost 32. Yeah. Getting old. And life was good over there.
Yeah?
I grew up good.
Mm-hmm.
I have one sister, one small brother,
Yeah.
young brother, and I'm in the middle,
In the middle.
which is a good position.
Absolutely, just
Yeah,
like me.
It is.
The
Really?
best position.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have 2 little brothers and an older sister.
Cool.
So right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
The best position.
The best position.
And
Okay, cool.
yeah, I mean, my life was kind of normal over there. Like it's a countryside of France.
Mhm.
So I grew up with all my family and grandfather, grandmother,
Okay.
and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Then I was not this kind of guy who likes school at that time.
Mhm.
So I was messing around at school,
Yeah.
like a lot,
A bad boy.
kind of.
Yeah.
And then when I was 13 years old, I discovered pastry.
Yeah.
I didn't know that much at that time,
Mhm.
and I asked my parents if I could do a stage in pastry kitchen.
Mhm.
So I found my first stage when I was 13 years old.
Okay.
It was like 20 kilometers away from my parents' house. I went there for 2 weeks,
Okay.
and I discovered a completely new world. You know,
Mhm.
like a adult world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a child at that moment, and
For sure. 13 is young.
yeah,
13 is young.
he's really young. So I done my 2 weeks over there. Was
Yeah.
really good. I really enjoy it,
Mhm.
and I didn't know at that time that I found my passion for life. You know, like
Okay.
I found my true job.
You didn't know at that time.
No, I didn't know at that time.
Okay.
So after that, I went back to school,
Mhm.
and I decided to. On my last year of school, I decided to do. We call this in France troisième techno,
Okay.
which is you have to get to that class to find your professional way.
Yes.
So I went to this class,
Mhm.
which allowed me to work in a pastry kitchen as a stage for 1 year.
Okay.
So I've done like 5 stages in total.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this troisième techno, this is like a culinary school, or it's
Not at all. It's like you have a normal school,
Mhm.
and it's kind of a brand inside for people that doesn't want to go to university or whatever. You know what I mean? It's for people who wants to start to work like
Okay.
early
Mhm.
in life. So I went there, and I did a 5th stage in a pastry kitchen in total.
Oh.
And after that, I start my first diploma in
Okay.
pastry in the really first place where I did my stage when I was 13 years old.
Wow.
So I've been there for 2 years,
Nice.
and I did
Full
my
circle.
I did my CAP pâtissier.
Mhm.
And after that, I start to love my job like
Okay.
a lot. But it was not really easy at that time. You know, I spent 2 years. I was 14 years old with I was with people where they were like 20, 25, 30 years
Absolutely.
old. So I was just a kid in the middle of the kitchen. So
Mhm.
it was really hard for me to find my place and to grow up in this area. You know,
Yeah.
but this helped me a lot at that time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so you said you started at 13, like that was your first experience in a kitchen.
Yeah.
Is that the age where a lot of people in France or in that area start at, or is it really just you?
It could be.
Mhm.
It's not everybody. It could be. But like as I told you, I didn't like that much school at that time, so I had to find something to do in my life.
Absolutely.
And I found my way in pastry.
Mhm.
But you're allowed to start at 14 years old in France. It's a pré-apprentissage,
Mhm.
the name. So you can start to work at that time.
Okay.
So it's been now almost 16, 17 years that I start.
Wow. Wow. So since this time, can you give me a little bit of your trajectory in kitchens in different places and different?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
After my first 2 years in pastry kitchen,
Mhm.
I got my diploma as a pastry chef, sorry.
Mhm.
And after that, I did a CAP chocolatier
'Kay.
for 1 year, where I used to learn how to make chocolate, how
Yes.
to work with chocolate.
Mhm.
After that, I did CAP glacier,
'Kay.
the best diploma for me.
Like that's ice sculptures and stuff like this.
Yeah, I learned how
Incredible.
to make ice cream, sorbet, all the technology around
Okay.
this part of the
Mhm.
job. It was really interesting. And after that, I did a BTM pâtissier, which is
Okay.
a brevet technique des métiers. It's the highest diploma that you can
Mhm.
can make
Okay.
in the pastry section.
Awesome.
In total, I've been doing pastry school for 6 years.
Okay.
It's a lot
That's
for
a
someone
long-
who
yeah, that's-
didn't like school at that time, but
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
a long time. Yeah, here in in Canada, well, it's different kind of everywhere.
yeah.
I know, for example, in Montreal, the average time for pastry school is like a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's if you're, that's like the basic. Obviously,
yeah.
you can expand and do other things, but yeah, like a year
just to
is
learn the basics, like 1 year and a
Exactly.
half. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's like in France. If you do
Mhm.
the basic diploma, it's like 2 years, and you can be pâtissier at that time.
Yes. Okay.
But I wanted more than being pâtissier at that time.
Absolutely.
I wanted to learn more about the job and what is possible to do in my job. Like,
Mhm.
this is why I ended with BTM pâtissier.
Yeah.
That was the diploma for being a chef
Yeah.
of production.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you finished this.
Yep.
After 6 years of schooling.
Yep.
What's the next step? Where's your head at? do you do?
After that, I felt like I could carry the world on my shoulder. Like
course.
I'm the best of the world, and I was full of ambition. I
Yeah.
was like, I will do. I will did it.
Mhm.
After that, I found a job as a responsable de production
Okay.
in a small pastry shop in Lyon, in France.
Okay.
And it's been a tough year because I realized that after my school, I was not able to take a position of responsable.
Yes.
So I decided to quit the job, and I found another job as a just pâtissier
Mm-hmm.
for 1 year, still in Lyon. So I kept improving my skills at that time, and after that I got a job as a sous chef pâtissier in a 2 Michelin star restaurant in France,
Wow.
and that's the beginning of
Wow.
my
Of
career.
everything.
Yeah, of everything.
We're gonna get into that actually. Before we continue, Michelin, for those who don't know, is when you hear of a Michelin star restaurant, this is the highest acclaim that you can have as a chef in a restaurant, from 1 star to 3 stars, which is the best of the best. And yes, for those wondering, Michelin is actually the Michelin man who makes the tires. These are the people that that go around anonymously rating restaurants, making sure their standards are to the highest levels. So yeah, and it actually started with they're a tire company, so you have, in order to make a road trip to the restaurant, you buy their tires, and that's the way that they, kind of get you to visit restaurants and use their products and stuff. So really cool. Michelin restaurants.
Yep.
It's a whole nother world.
Oh yeah,
Whole
completely.
nother world.
Yeah, I discovered a new world at that time.
For sure.
Because
Absolutely.
That was my first time in a restaurant.
Mhm.
Because I used to work like for 7 years before in a pastry shop,
Okay.
only in a shop, like
Boutique.
a boutique. Yes,
Mhm.
just boutique. And I rediscovered a new world.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So how do you, first of all, how does it work? How do you get in? How do you get into a Michelin star restaurant?
That's a good question.
Do you just apply?
No, at that time, I had a friend. He's still my friend, actually. It's one of my oldest friend. Used to be sous chef over there.
Okay.
And he called me one day like, hey, Valentin, I'm leaving this place, this restaurant. Do you want to replace me as a sous chef? At that time, I was like, okay, so maybe, am I still young, or am I able to do it? Because I
Yes.
was like 21, 22 years old. And I did it.
Mhm.
Like, I call him back like 2 days after. I say, okay, I'm done.
This is it.
Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that how much could
What it means.
Yeah,
what it
what it
really,
means
what it
at that
really
time, yeah.
means. So, tell me what it's like working in a Michelin star restaurant. Like, what did your day to day look like? What did you do every day?
It's kind of hard, but it's so good if you wanna learn a good skills and how to be a really good professional, and how to increase your passion for the job.
Yes.
Basically, I was starting at 8 in the morning,
Mhm.
and we were doing coupure. So we start from 8 in the morning until 4.
Okay.
And we restart the job at 5 until midnight or 1 a.m. in the night. So I was working like 16, 17 hours a day.
Days. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't sleep that much, but I learned so much.
Absolutely.
I spent 1 year over there and I learned so much
Mm-hmm.
from the job, from my coworkers, from me, from everything. It was such a good experience.
What year was this?
La Mer Brasier.
What year?
Sorry?
What year?
What year?
Yeah, what year was this?
2014, something
Okay.
like this.
2014.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And the name, tell me again?
La Mer Brasier.
La Mer Brasier.
Yeah, it's a 2 Michelin star restaurant.
Still to this
2,
day?
Yeah. They're still looking for the third one, but it's hard to get it.
For sure.
Yes.
That jump from 2 to 3 is
Yes,
it's hard.
it is.
And so when we're talking about like a lot of people in their heads, I don't know what it's like in a Michelin star restaurant. I've never been in one, you think of like an insane, first of all, level of competition.
Yeah.
That everyone there is obviously working towards the goal of being the best you can be.
Of course.
But are there some times where it's kind of like toxic?
It is, definitely. It's like people over there just thinks about their own career, you know what I mean? They're just there to climb the scale
Exactly.
until the top
Mm-hmm.
of the scale, and if they can smash you at the
They
same
will.
time, they will. Of
Exactly.
course. Yes.
Kind of the mentality of like, if you look bad, it makes me look better.
Exactly. So yeah, it's kind of toxic and hard, but you're still learning at the same time. So
For sure.
you can do it like for a few years if you want, but it's impossible to spend your entire life in this kind of
Environment.
It's super toxic. Yeah.
So what would you say are like the pros and cons of working in a Michelin starred restaurant? The good and the bad.
Let's start with the good one.
Yeah.
Because I always love the good one. The good one is to improve your skills and to improve yourself as a person, as a professional, and to
Mm-hmm. Fair.
yeah. So sorry. And the bad one is toxic environment and
long hours and the
psychological under pressure as well, and
mm-hmm.
all this kind of thing, like after 17 hours of shift,
Mm-hmm.
I remember the fridge was not that clean or organized in a good way, and the chef went into the fridge and he got super mad. He said, what the hell is that? So he threw everything away from the fridge at 1 a.m. in the night, and we were like
all your mise en place.
Yeah, all the mise en place, all the veg, all the fruits, and we were we're cleaning everything from the floor and doing everything again in the night.
Oh my god.
Because it was not that good.
After 17 hours, you got to do all this over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you hear that a lot. So, you've been doing this for some time.
Yes, for a few years. Yeah.
Beautiful, and so you've worked with strict chefs for sure, very very hard chefs, like you're saying.
Well, I learned a lot from them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Those are the guys you learn the most from. Whether it's by fear, by there's still like a very high level of respect, even if they're throwing away your mise en place and they're throwing things at you. And yeah, for sure. So working in an environment like this, and then you fast forward to we're in now 2024. Okay. What would you say are some of like the main differences that you see from back in that time into now?
I think that the mentality has changed since that time, and for good.
For good?
Yeah, for good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that, because it's impossible right now to act like this in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Maybe it's if those kind of things are still going on in the kitchen, not even in France, around the world in this Michelin star kitchen. But the thing is, it's a really good thing that these things has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you being from that old school mentality, kind of, let's say, does it still like does it have an effect on you when you see that times are changing now and that
A little bit. Yeah, sometimes I got mine inside of me. I cannot show up. That is,
Yeah.
I got inside. I get
Mhm.
mad, but yeah, because I used to learn on that way, and it has to be on that way and not in another way. You know.
For sure.
Yeah. So,
For sure.
But I'm still. No, I'm getting open mind now.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
I know that there is many ways to work in
Mhm.
our environment now.
Fair.
Yeah.
I feel I'm in like the in between category, I want to say, because I'm from the new school. I started like really professionally in 2017,
Okay.
but I've been trained by some chefs from this time, especially working at some of the places in Montreal. I'm not gonna say where, but hard places. You know, like where they really. It's not a Michelin starred restaurant, but you feel like you're in one. Your chef is really on you, and he's, you know, degrading you at the end of service, and he's, you know, they really make you feel it. So,
But
Me-
it's a good way to learn.
absolutely, it's a
Yeah.
great way to learn. It's a really great way to learn because you're really like
You're doing everything sharp. Like,
exactly. There's no like slacking off, and there's no like, you know, if it's not perfect, your chef's gonna tell you that it's not perfect and why, and he's gonna make you feel like shit.
Yeah.
You know,
And you will have to do it again.
and you got to do it again.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
So might
getting
as well
good,
just
yeah.
do it right the first time, right?
Yeah.
Um.
But this is why I don't understand sometimes why we don't do things in the good way at the first time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But also it's not as crazy as it is to say, it's like people have rights now, like cooks
Mhm.
and chefs, they have rights now, you know. Back in the day, if you were tired, you know, 16 hours a day or whatever, no one cares.
Of course.
No one gives no one cares.
Yeah.
You're going to come into work and you're going to do what you have to do no matter what.
Yeah.
Now it's like, "Oh, I worked a 10-hour day. I'm going to have tomorrow off," and you're going to your chef and you're complaining, and I see this sometimes and I'm like, "Okay, cool, I get it. Like we're humans, you know?" But also it's like, fuck, you guys wouldn't survive in another era or even just a few years ago, you know, like
Pretty sure about that.
pre-COVID.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work, so
Yeah, and that's the thing. I realized that things has changed since COVID.
yes.
It's changed
A
a lot
lot.
in our industry.
A
Yes,
lot.
a lot.
a lot.
The mentality and the main d'oeuvre.
The main d'oeuvre is a
everything.
huge one.
Yes.
You're having guys now that like, it was to a point like after COVID, it's like, if you got 2 legs and 2 arms, we're taking you, like, come work,
Yeah.
which is crazy
But
because
for me, it doesn't work.
no,
So
but
you have to get a little bit of skills, you know, to work in the kitchen, to how to handle a knife and
Absolutely.
how to cook perfectly. And
absolutely,
Yeah.
we're you know, still working on that. It's getting better. It's getting better for sure, but it's still definitely hard. Still definitely hard. So let's pull away from work a little bit.
Yep.
As everyone knows, like we said, work as chefs, very long days. You know, you have no days off. No day off is promised. You know, you never know what time you're gonna actually get off of work, what time you're gonna finish. What do you like when you finally get your day off? What do you like to do for fun?
Sleeping. No. I'm going to the gym.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
You're looking good.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to the gym or just renting a car, you know, and going on the countryside and
Mhm.
walking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been telling me that you went to Montreal recently.
Yeah, Mont-Tremblant,
Which is great.
Saint-Sauveur yesterday. And,
Yeah.
I love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love going to the countryside.
Nice.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just chilling at home, you know, like sitting on the sofa watching movies
Mhm.
with my wife and.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. You told me you were skating on a lake not long ago.
Yep.
Where was that?
Saint-Adolphe-de-Ward
Okay.
and le lac des Césiles and yesterday Sainte-Marguerite du Lac Masson.
Another lake?
Yes,
You're-
I love skating on the lake.
I could never do that. That's super
Why?
scary. That's so scary.
Yeah, but it's made for.
Yeah, no. I don't think so. Oh my god, especially if you see cracks in the
did.
in the lake and
Yeah.
stuff.
I saw.
And you go at night too, huh?
Yeah. I did once at night with my wife, but that was a silly idea.
That's-
Actually, yes.
After how many glasses of wine?
A few. And we just decided to go for ice skating on the lake, but it was not made for that.
No.
And we saw a huge crack
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of the lake, and we can hear
Mm-hmm.
that it's not really good to skate on the ice.
Mm-hmm.
But we did it. It was
Yeah.
fun,
It was great.
but I won't do it anymore.
You got it. Like you did it once.
Yeah, only
Now,
once. That was silly, but it was funny.
Now the next thing is skiing. Skiing is great.
No, I don't like it.
I think snowboarding is really shitty, like super hard.
Yeah,
But skiing is fun. Like once you get the hang of it, I think skiing could be super.
you can enjoy it.
yeah, you can enjoy it. You know,
But I'm more
it's easier to
someone who
learn.
likes like water sports,
Okay.
like surfing or this kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like the mountain sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I definitely don't like water sports. I cannot swim, so
Fair enough.
I'm afraid of water. To be honest with you. Now I'm gonna go to my previous question.
Yeah.
With the long hour, like we're getting back into long hours and stuff like that.
Okay.
Do you think that like some chefs over exaggerate the long hour like stereotype of have you seen I've seen a few chefs. I'm not gonna I've seen a few chefs kind of like really complain about I'm working this amount of time, this long, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you actually look at these people work, they're not really doing much.
Yeah.
You know?
I saw some chefs like this already.
And it's just like, I don't know. It's like, if you really did what you had to do in the time that was given to you,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to work all these hours, and you'd
Of
be,
course, yeah.
you really see them like,
If you work organized and fast in a good way,
yeah,
you don't need to spend that much time at work.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I knew a chef that was really, he's a great guy. He's my buddy. At the time, for him, working extremely long hours was like a sign to show to his team that like I'm here and I'm trying and I'm doing this, which in some cases it works,
Yeah.
but in other cases it's like, let's look at it from like an executive standpoint where you're hiring a chef de cuisine to complete a job. If you have to come in on every single one of your days off and you've been working 20 days in a row, for them it's kind of just like you cannot finish a task in the time that we've given you.
Yeah.
So it ends up like backfiring and it looks bad on you,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with you about that.
Yeah, so all the chefs out there, make sure you're getting your shit done in a timely manner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to take a little
Sip.
break.
Cheers.
It's good wine.
Yep.
I like it a lot.
French one are always the best.
Uh-huh. French from where?
South of France.
I've been to the south of France.
Languedoc.
I don't know where that is. I think my where is that? How south are we talking?
Languedoc is close to Montpellier.
Okay.
Nearby Montpellier.
Okay.
You have the Côte d'Azur, Languedoc. It's a Côte Languedocienne.
Okay.
Yep.
I went to Montpellier and I hated it.
Why?
I hated it. Okay, we're gonna do a quick story time. Okay.
Yep.
It was just a layover. Okay, so I was we were actually heading to, if I'm not mistaken, it was Aix-en-Provence.
Yep.
And we were stopping off. Yes, we were stopping off in Montpellier for like 2 or 3 hours. Nice place,
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, the bus was coming in 2 hours, so we had 2 hours to waste. So with my girlfriend, and we just walk around. We're walking around. We find a cute little spot on a little sidewalk. It's like next to a mall. There's tables outside. Il fait beau. It's nice outside. Like, okay, let's sit down. Out of nowhere, there's this guy. He's wearing like a full Adidas tracksuit
Yeah.
So already you know the vibes. He comes up to us and he's like, "Yo, bro, I'm gonna take care of you. You know, sit right there. I'm gonna bring you out a menu, and yeah, we're gonna take care of you." Sure. The guy disappears. Okay. Disappears. I don't. 30 minutes. I'm waiting like literally 30 minutes for this guy to bring me a menu. Nothing. Meanwhile, his friends are just outside. They're smoking. There's kids walking by. I saw a little girl. She was like 8 years old, smoking a cigarette. Asking for cigarettes. Coming up to me. Yo, t'as pas une cigarette? What? No. I swear to God, I'm like, what's going on here? Whatever. So I'm like, okay, this guy's never coming back. I'm just gonna go inside. We needed somewhere to put our luggage to, so put it in there. I'm gonna go inside. I wasn't too hungry. I'm gonna get a little smoothie or something, tu vois. So I'm walking around. It's a nice place. Many restaurants, many stands in there. So I find a stand. I get a smoothie, and I come back and I drink it. This time, me and my girlfriend, we're talking, and then this guy finally comes back, and he's like, "Where'd you get that?" Pointing at my smoothie. I'm like, "Well, I got it in there." He's like, "Did you get it from the place I told you to get it?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, I told you if you sit here, you can only get it from this specific restaurant. This is our table." I'm like, "You didn't tell me where to go, so I just went. I went anywhere. I didn't know there was multiple places in there, He's like, this is the way you repay me. I let you sit down here for 6 hours. You've been out here for 6 hours sitting down. I've been super nice to you. We accommodated you." And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? I looked at my girlfriend. I was like, you know what? Let's go now. Let's get our stuff. Like, I don't want to,
much better.
fight in Montpellier. No, thank you. So never again.
Didn't like it, yeah.
Never
again. I understand. I get it.
Never again. I've been talking about my girlfriend.
Yep.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yep.
You have a wife?
Wife,
girlfriend?
yes.
Awesome. You guys been together for a little while?
5 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
We met each other in Lyon.
Okay.
She was working in a Marriott hotel in Lyon.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working there just with the agency, like a few missions sometimes.
Yes.
And I met her there. And since that time, we've been together.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's nice. So I know what it's like being in this industry, working long hours once again. Like I said, not knowing when your next day off is, all this good stuff. How do you make it work?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, just having to, because listen, I think not having a set schedule is like the one thing in a relationship that really doesn't work. You don't know when you guys are going to be able to spend time together or things like this. So,
but yeah,
it's very important to say though that if you guys are working in a similar field or in the same field,
this is why I arrange myself to do not work in the evening. I know it doesn't work every time, but because my wife is working for the breakfast and the lunch, like all the time, because she loves those shifts. So she's working she's more morning person. So I'm trying to arrange my schedule and to do not work in the night, to spend time with her.
Okay.
But about the days off, it's like randomly, Sometimes we got the same days off, or sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
It depends. So, yeah, it's kind of a weird life, because you cannot manage to going on a weekend with your wife, to organize something in advance, and
Okay.
It's kind of I wouldn't say weird life, because this is the life that we chose.
Absolutely.
But,
Absolutely.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
We found a good balance between work and personal life, and it's good.
It's awesome.
And we have the chance to work together right now in the same company, and we're going to Bora.
Yes.
And we're gonna work in the same company as well,
Awesome.
the same hotel. So
Great.
we have this chance to work together at the same place in wherever we go in the world. Yeah.
Cool.
It's cool.
Really cool. So tell me, like, when you were training, right, for example,
Yep.
you're training or you're working in Michelin star restaurants, relationship something that was on your mind? Were you in a relationship at that time?
At that time was impossible because my mind was 100%, even 200% at work.
You focused on being great.
I was 100% focused. So I was living for pastry. I was dreaming pastry. I was sleeping thinking about pastry. Like pastry was all my life at that time.
Yeah.
So no, having a personal life at that time was impossible.
Impossible.
And when I got some days off, I was only partying with my friends. So I was drunk for 2 days in a row.
Lovely lifestyle. This is the life we chose.
When you're young, in the 20s is good.
Yeah, for sure, it works.
Yeah.
When you start getting a little older, then you're like, okay.
Things are completely different now. Especially after 30 years old.
Yeah. But then you get to the point where you're a chef and you can kind of make your own.
Yeah, you can manage your own schedule and make sure
that's
that
great.
you can have some spare time to spend with your family or with your wife or you know what I mean.
Awesome.
This is kind of privilege that you can get when you're chef.
Yes.
I think. Yeah. Because sometimes it's not really nice being chef. There is a good part, but there is also a dark part of the job.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of shit going on sometimes, and you have to take care of that and make sure that everything is going well. So I think it's kind of normal to have this privilege to to take your evening. Or
there has to be something.
Yeah,
there has to be something. Yeah. You can't just be the
spending
person.
your whole life at work and
no. The person that has to fix all the problems and you get nothing out of it, you know.
Of course.
So cool. Let's talk travel.
Yeah.
You've been to many countries.
I did.
You told me traveling is like a passion of yours, actually.
Yep.
Where did this like passion come from?
I think it's from my childhood because I was always happy when my parents brought me to holiday when I was young. Like, I was not able to sleep the really day before. Like I was super excited to live in the night or in the morning with my mother and my dad. You know, like driving like 6 hours, going to the seaside and or to the mountains. And so I think it comes from that time.
Cool.
And I really discovered traveling when I was 21 years old.
Okay.
I was working. Remember that company that I told you? My first job as a responsable.
Yes.
It's been a tough year for me and. I remember my friends called me like, "Hey Valentin, we're going to Los Angeles in 3 weeks to do a road trip with we rent a van, a camper van and everything. Do you wanna join us?" And I was like, "Okay, so I might think about that." They told me, "No, you have to give an answer like right now." So I said yes to them.
Yeah.
I bought my flight ticket and I gave my resignation the really next day after that. And I did my passport in emergency in France because I didn't have a passport at that time. So I did my ESTA and all that stuff. And 3 weeks after, we were in Los Angeles.
For how long?
For 3 weeks.
Wow.
So we've been traveling around California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona for 3 weeks. It's been amazing.
So this was like, you're trying to find a way to quit your job and this was the way.
Yeah, that was the way. And since that time, I never stopped traveling.
That's great.
Yeah.
So where have you been? Where are some places you've been? Give me a list. List them off.
A lot. I've been in Australia because I've been living in Australia for 1 year.
Okay.
So I've been traveling all around Australia. I've been in Asia like 9 times, like 10 times, something like this.
Wow.
5 times in Thailand. I've been to Japan, Vietnam, Laos.
Awesome.
I spent a month in India as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've been to Mauritius Island.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know where that is.
It's a small island close to Madagascar in Île de la Réunion.
Okay.
In the south part of the Indian Ocean. It's amazing. The food over there is amazing, and even the people are amazing. Oh, wow. I really love this island. Wow. I think I love island life.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm going back to French Polynesia soon.
What was your favorite place that you've been?
I would say it's an island in Thailand named Koh Tao.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the Gulf de Thailand, and I was supposed to go there for 3 nights with friends that I met in Bangkok, and finally we spent 3 weeks over there. Yeah, like drinking beers and smoking joints and watching sunset and like a lazy life. Yeah, it was beautiful. And then I came back there like last year with my wife because I've been talking about this island to my wife like for many years. And she really wanted to see it, so we've been there like last year. And I think I will go there as well next month. Yeah? Yeah. I really love this island.
Oh my gosh. I have friends there right now, actually. Maybe you'll see them. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of traveler are you? Are you like
I'm a backpacker.
backpacker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love like traveling with my backpack and walking. And sleeping in hostel and meeting new people and doing kind of parties
Yeah.
and this
Yeah.
kind of lifestyle when I'm traveling.
Okay.
But when I'm not traveling, like right now in Montreal, I'm someone quiet. I love having my personal space and everything like clean and
Yeah. Yeah. What do you look like? What do you look to get out of when you travel? Like, what's your goal when you travel? Just see new things, meet people,
yes,
food.
discovering new culture and especially food.
Mhm.
I love food. So when I'm going somewhere else in the world, in
Yeah.
a new country, the only things that I want is discovering their food, the
Mhm.
culture of food, and to meeting people and new people, see how they live, how they live their daily life, and how does it works over there. And
Yeah.
I love going to the grocery shop in a country that I'm visiting to see. Yeah,
What kind of products they have,
exactly.
what they eat every
like
day. Yeah.
it's always exciting to
For sure.
to discover this kind of things.
Awesome. Really cool. So your next places of travel, you said you're going to France
For
you're
a
going back
month.
to France for a month.
Yeah.
Okay. That's next month?
Yes. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I'm leaving mid-February Montreal. Then I'm going back to France for 1 month.
Okay.
To see friends and family, and then we are going to Bora Bora
Beautiful.
again.
Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Bora Bora is beautiful.
It's paradise on the earth.
It's paradise. You got the job
Yep.
at the Westin
Exactly.
Bora Bora
Yep.
as the pastry chef.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It's huge.
Merci beaucoup.
Tell me a little about Bora Bora. I've never been.
It's a paradise island.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of South Pacific. It's like to get there from France, you have to fly from Paris to Los Angeles, then Los Angeles to Tahiti, and take a small plane from Tahiti to Bora Bora. It's like 24 hours of flight,
Oh my god.
and it's like a day and a half of traveling. Wow. Yes. It takes a long time to get there, but it's really worth it. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen some of your pictures. You used to live there before. I used to see those pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So where are you gonna be staying?
At the Westin Hotel.
In the hotel.
Yeah, in the hotel. They have accommodation for the staff.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a house accommodation with my wife over there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So this is not a trick question, okay?
Yep.
What is in Bora Bora that you cannot find here? Like, what are you going there to do?
The lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna start with the job, because working there is really interesting.
Yeah.
Because you have to learn that a new way to organize yourself as a professional,
Yes.
as a chef.
Yeah.
Because you have to order the food from France or from USA, from Mexico, from Canada, from New Zealand,
Okay.
and you have to organize yourself to how can I say? You have to organize yourself to
Just
make sure that everything is going well.
yes.
Because sometimes the boat doesn't show up, or if there is a thunderstorm in the ocean.
You're not getting any food.
Exactly.
Your food is coming by plane and by boat.
Yeah. Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no calling your supplier at 6 o'clock in the morning for 10 a.m. and saying I messed up.
So if you place the order, it's minimum for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
For 2 weeks. And for example, if you want to order some chocolate from
Yeah.
Valrhona in France, it's 3 months. If you place the order in January, you will get it for maybe April,
What?
something like this. Yeah. So you have to organize yourself in a different way,
Yeah.
but it's quite interesting. I mean,
Okay, so you're like your summer menu. But no, you don't. Your menu for May, June. You're already thinking about it in January, February.
We're about to open the hotel on August,
Mhm.
so I didn't start thinking about that yet. But as soon as I will get there in 2 months, I will start to talk with the supplier and to start thinking about that and
Yeah.
what I will do for Christmas, what I will do for the next summer. You have to work with 6 months in
Mhm.
advance in your mind, always. all
And
the
this
time.
is a brand new hotel that they're opening.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It used to be Le Méridien
'Kay.
before, and it's still under construction since a
Mhm.
few years. and the big opening is for August. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
That's gonna be really really
Yes.
cool.
And
Really really cool.
back to your questions. About this in Bora Bora, I love the lifestyle. Like when you're off, you wake up in the morning, you go to the gym, then you can swim in the lagoon, which is like 32, 34 degrees Celsius in the water.
Yeah.
Then you grab your scooter, your motorbike, and you can have a ride around the island, and you stop by on the road to buy a fresh fish
Yes.
from the fisher, and you can grab some fresh fruits on the trees, or someone is selling fruits on the side of the road.
Yeah.
It's like this kind of lifestyle, like island life.
How long does it take you to get around like the island?
To ride around the island,
Yeah.
20 minutes maximum.
20
Yeah,
minutes.
it's like a small rock in
Yeah.
the middle of ocean. Yeah, it's really small.
That's really small.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my
but I love
gosh.
it. There is like I don't know, 3-4 bars and 2 restaurants on the island and 6 hotels.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It sounds boring, but it's not.
Yeah, that sounds like you get tired of it at some
Not at
point.
all.
You are living in paradise though, but
Yeah, I've been living there in 2021, and we did the lockdown during COVID over there, and it was amazing. It was one of the most amazing time in my life. Wow. Like being locked down on a small island in the middle of nowhere.
what
You
more
know?
can you ask for?
Yeah, like just doing sports and
Yeah.
swimming and drinking beers with friends, listening music, doing BBQs every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Did you guys have to wear masks down there?
What do you mean?
They mask? You had to
No.
wear them during COVID? No.
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, because we were in the lockdown in French Polynesia, which was 9 hours away from the first continent, and
Okay.
so we were really like locked down.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really cool at that time. Over
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't say enjoy, but COVID was better.
It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad. Yeah. On the island.
Yeah. Okay. So, it sounds like you're gonna have a pretty big challenge to face there. Just with organizing yourself. And I know you're very organized, but it's still doing things 3 months in advance can sometimes get a little tricky.
Yep.
But the most important thing as a chef is at the very start of it is to make delicious food and pretty food. You know what I mean? So my question to you is, how do you like stay up to date on like culinary trends? Yeah, how do you stay up to date?
Social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really important. It's a part of our job right now. I mean, because it keeps you update on what is going on in the world, in our culinary world. So yeah, I'm watching this, and I have also a lot of pastry book and culinary book.
Okay.
And like for Christmas, my wife offered me a new book. It's La Pâtisserie Végétale by Pierre Hermé.
Okay.
It's like a vegan pastry.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested about that. I know it's a big changing for us in our industry, vegan. And,
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Quite interesting about that, because there is many different ways to work and to adapt ourselves
Yeah.
in this kind of situation.
Yeah. And so how do you get inspired? Or what's your process when you're when you have to create a new dish?
Yeah.
What do you do? How does it go for you?
That's a really good question, because I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not asking myself. Sometimes the ideas just show up like this in my mind, like, okay, maybe I should mix that and it could be good. So
Yeah.
I'm just doing it, and
Yeah.
sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like inspiration, like it comes like an idea, like
Just like
this.
that?
Yeah,
Okay,
just like
cool.
that.
Yes, I remember the other day you made me try a curry marshmallow. I'm still not over that. I would never think to eat a curry marshmallow, or just
Yeah.
and it was really good. It was really really good.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
And I'm thinking, I've been thinking about new dessert last week. It's like a vanilla ice cream and caramel déglacé with a rum
Yes.
and crispy bacon inside. Yeah, I know it doesn't sound vegan, but
No, that's definitely not vegan,
no, it's not.
but
But
delicious.
it's on my mind. I have this idea, and
Delicious.
I will try it in Bora Bora.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I tried something similar at a Five Guys. Five Guys Saint Catherine. I want my money back. That shit was disgusting. It was a milkshake.
Yep.
Vanilla milkshake, like you said, with caramel, and they give you the choice of putting bacon in there. Already, the extra bacon is like $6.
What?
So you know what? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna try it, and they fucking send me like, it looks like they grilled it and like they scraped the grill and all the oil and bits of bacon. That's what they gave. It was it was really bad.
Yeah.
And I was so upset. I was just sitting because I Uber Eats it.
Yeah.
I was sitting in my living room alone. I was just like so mad. This milkshake cost me $18 and it was ass.
You know what? Before I'm leaving, I will do one for you. Yep.
Stop it. Stop. You're gonna make me blush. I'm looking forward to that.
Good.
So with all that being said, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a little scenario. You know when you go to a restaurant, okay, and either you're a great customer, either the service wasn't the best, you know. So a lot of times you're gonna see desserts offered to tables.
Yep.
Right? You as a pastry chef, and I know the work that you put in to make your desserts really pretty and really nice. Where do you stand on that? I know it's a part of, obviously the main goal is to make sure that your client is as happy as they can be and that, you know?
But I mean, I changed my mind about that because back like a few years ago, I didn't understand at that time why we should offer a dessert to to people like they didn't like the food or they didn't like the service or whatever. And then I just realized that it's part of the experience, you know, like it's normal.
For
if
sure.
they didn't like the food or they didn't like the dinner or the lunch, we have to do something for that.
Yes.
You know, it's part of the customer experience. So I'm completely agree about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I really don't mind.
Okay.
At least they can finish on
a positive, high note.
Yeah, on positive way. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I definitely think that it's, like you said, it's the last thing that you're gonna eat. You want to make sure that they finish off happy.
Yeah.
You know. But for example, if I was a chef, right, and I'm gonna think of like a hard dish, like a tough dish to make, like a pâté croûte. Okay.
Yeah. Takes time.
If I was taking 2 days to make my pâté croûte, making sure that everything was perfectly beautiful, my dough is cooked properly, la farce, you know, and then I found out that this was being offered to people just because they didn't like, you know, I'd be fucking mad.
Yeah.
I'd be so mad, you
Yeah.
know. So, like you said, I understand, but at the same time, there's still like, I'm like, I'll give you something a little easier to, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's kind of tough sometimes to accept that, but I'm agree with that, you know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, we're getting to our Q&A section, okay?
Yep.
So, every episode, we're going to do a little segment where I answer questions sent in from the viewers for my guest, you know. So, if you guys have any burning questions, there's going to be a link in the bio at the Farm to Fork Instagram that you guys can send in any questions, and we're gonna answer a couple every episode and see how it goes, you know. So, Chef Valentin.
Oui.
And we're gonna answer as truthfully as we can here, okay? I have 5 questions here. Yeah.
I'm listening.
So, this person has no name, and he asks, what is the best / your favorite restaurant in Montreal?
Mustard restaurant.
Okay.
You know this?
Yes,
restaurant?
I do know this. Yeah.
That was my first restaurant when I first came in Montreal 1 year ago. I've been there for Montreal en Lumière.
Okay.
Because I had a friend. He's a pastry chef in Lyon. Rémi Avetz, his name.
Okay.
And he was doing a 4 hands dinner over there. So I thought like that might be a good idea to have a dinner over there and to meet new people in the in the city, in our industry. And we had a dinner over there, and it's been amazing.
Nice.
It was a really good one.
Was it that's the restaurant where they do carte blanche, right? Where you can let the
yes,
okay,
exactly.
beautiful.
And even I remember the wine was incredible.
Nice.
Yeah. The
Okay.
sommelier is really good over there.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it's a small restaurant too, huh?
It is. It's like 30, 40 covers maximum.
Cool.
I love this kind of small restaurant. Like everything is homemade, like properly, and you can feel the love in the plate.
Absolutely.
It's really important.
Absolutely. My favorite restaurant in Montreal is I have 2. It's a mix. Satay Brothers on Notre Dame.
Yep.
just the vibe is wonderful. The vibe is insane. They have the best bao buns in the city by far. And yeah, just like you step in there, you step in the restaurant, and it just feels like it's awesome. I can't even explain it. You gotta go. Satay Brothers for sure.
So it's like I have a try before leaving.
Yes, absolutely. We should go together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avec plaisir.
Let's do it. And then Joe Beef. Joe Beef is, well, you know, Joe Beef is Joe Beef. Really, really great. Yeah. Question number 2.
Yep.
This comes from Emma. Shout out to Emma. She asks, what is the biggest challenge that you've faced as a chef or as a manager?
It's to take care of my team.
Mm-hmm.
Like to make sure that everybody's doing good, is going well, you know what I mean? Like everybody's happy every day, and they keep their, how can I say?
Just to make sure that everything, just to make sure that they're happy, first of all. Their
they
morale
keep
is
the
up.
motivation,
Yes.
and you know.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part of the job of being chef, is to take care of the team. It's not like doing desserts or cakes, or you know, like to take care of the orders or all these kind of things. It's just to make sure that your team is doing well, because without your team, you're nothing.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But do you have like an example of a time where this was the hardest thing that I had to do, or this is the, you see, like you know, just like the roughest time that you've had in a kitchen, like that story behind that?
That's a really good question. Yep.
Yeah. No. I got one. I definitely have one of the biggest challenges that I faced. I can't, like, there's one that just comes to my mind. I once had like, and this was this was recently too. The reason it affected me so hard was because it was right before I don't know if it was my birthday or if I was going on vacation actually, but it was right before I was gonna have some, like, a good bit of time off. Yep. So I was really like looking forward to this, and it was in the middle of the summertime, so we were working very, very hard. I had 2 people quit at the same time, basically. One person on vacation, that's 3 people gone. And then I had one person who est en arrêt de travail. I don't know how you say that. He was sick. He was on like sick leave for like 2 weeks. And this was all happening at the same time.
At the same time, yeah.
And I'm super tired, and I know that I have some I know that I'm having some time off soon that I'm probably not going to be able to take because I have to, you know. And that was just like really, really hard to get through. Yeah. You know.
But talking about that,
mm-hmm.
I have a souvenir about that. It was my first head pastry chef position in Lyon, in Intercontinental.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that that was a few weeks before Christmas, and I started losing my team day after day. Like someone was not able to work with the visa anymore, and the other one just quit because I was too hard to them. You know, I know that was my first position as a chef.
So you want to,
So at that time, I didn't know how to act and how to be with the team, and I had the skills to make desserts and cakes, as I said, but I didn't know how to manage a team at that time.
Yeah.
So I was really hard and mean to them. Like I pushed them too much,
mm-hmm.
and I lost almost all my team. Like few weeks before Christmas, I was almost alone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How do you get through that?
I was working more than 20 hours
a day.
And I can tell you, I start at 5 a.m. and I finished around 1 a.m. So I didn't see my wife a lot at that time. And my executive chef was helping me to bake the croissant in the morning at 5. Man. I was doing the service, I was doing the mise en place, the order, I was doing banqueting, I was doing everything.
Jeez.
Yeah. I have no regrets because I learned from that time.
Exactly.
And I think at least I'm trying to do better now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be a better person, a better chef, a better professional every day,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Cool. Question number 3
comes
from Malanchi. Shout out to Malanchi. She says, do you believe that someone may inherently be a bad cook, or where does bad cook stem from? I don't believe that someone like this person here, you're just predisposed in life to not be able to cook. I think everybody can cook.
Of course, yeah.
Everyone can cook. It's just, it's not as easy as it may look.
No.
You have to understand what you're doing. Obviously, if I put this amount of salt, is my dish going to be too salty?
Yeah.
If I cook this piece of meat, depending on the size for this amount of time, it's going to be over, under.
If you want to improve yourself, you have to push yourself.
Exactly.
You have to be focused and doing more and more every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, but
Yes.
if you are really motivated and you want to do it, you can do it. Everybody can do it.
Yeah, everybody can
Nothing
do
is
it.
impossible.
I do think that baking is harder than cooking. However,
I don't know. Yeah.
because I'll tell you why. Because I can bake.
Because, for
I guess.
example, for me, it's impossible to do your job. For example, like,
But same here.
Yeah, I have a huge respect for you because for me, it's like impossible for me for being a cook, like a chef cook.
Mm-hmm. The thing is with pastry, it's like, okay, like if you're a cook, for example, or you're a chef, and you're making a dish, okay?
Yep.
You can put an extra dash of salt or extra cracks of pepper, or I think this gonna fit good in here. Let's put that in.
Yeah.
If you're baking and you put
it doesn't
1
work on
teaspoon
that.
of baking soda extra,
Yeah.
your whole dish is completely
You have
fucked.
to be super precise.
Super
Yeah.
precise. This is science.
I think that's the difference between
Yeah.
cuisinier and pâtissier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's very, very. That's why I think that I could not do this. I really love to.
I'm pretty sure you can do it.
I never tried, really.
You have to.
I never tried. Like the most baking I've done was in culinary school.
Yep.
I remember one time I was working at a restaurant and someone made we were making the genre des verrines.
Yep.
And someone really messed it up, and my chef comes up to me at the time. She's like, "Jacob, you're fresh out of culinary school. You know how to make a Swiss meringue?" I'm like, "Yeah." "You got to make one for these verrines right now because we have like 3 on order." And I'm like, "Okay." So I go to the back and I make a Swiss meringue, and like I save the day. And I felt really, really happy, but I never want to do that again because it was really.
Yes, I'm pretty sure you can do it.
I'll give it a try.
You have a hidden pastry skills inside of you. Yeah,
Maybe.
pretty sure.
Potentially. We're going to see very soon. I like making cookies. Yeah.
Have you made some for tonight?
No, unfortunately, no. Next time. Before you leave.
Plaisir.
No name. They ask, this is question number 4. What characteristics do you think you need to have to work in the restaurant industry?
I would say a strong one.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be strong in your mind, like because it's kind of tough environment. So if you wanna resist in the time, you have to be strong in your mind and in your character. You have to show up your character. Like I'm not comfortable about saying this, but you have to show your balls. Like this is me. I'm here and I wanna do it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think you need to be coachable for sure. You need to be a sponge. You need to be willing to admit that you're maybe not right, and for someone to come and teach you, show you why.
resilience.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, for sure, you still need to have like tough skin because it can get really.
You have to be open-minded at the same time.
Exactly.
To learn from others, from everybody.
Mm-hmm. And you just gotta have a good attitude. It's a very, very hard job. So if you come in there and you're already down and you're sad or you have a lot of other shit going on, you're gonna get chewed up and spit out. You really have to be. Just come with a good attitude.
Yep.
Be resilient. Be coachable, and you'll be fine. Everything else you can learn, but like having that personality, it's either you have it or you don't, right? So skills you can learn, but
100% agree with you.
This is the 5th and final question. This person is called He Who Shall Not Be Named. Okay. They ask, what makes a good chef?
A good mentality.
Uh-huh.
First of all, good mentality, and I have a sentence that I'm always saying is leading by example.
Yes.
If you want to be a good chef, you have to show the example to all your team and to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be nice to other. You have to be interesting. You have to be present for them. You know, like
Yes.
you have to show that you're present, that you
Mhm.
know how to do, that you have to make them comfortable. You have
Yes.
to.
You also can't ask your team to do something that you cannot do or that you will not do.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
That's very, very important.
Yeah, I'm always taking the example of the bean. You cannot tell them to change the bag of the bean
If you don't do it yourself.
never do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's why I'm doing everything in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind about scraping the floor or changing
Mhm.
the bean or
Mm-hmm.
doing the dishwashing stuff, and I don't mind.
Yeah.
Being chef is like being commis, demi, chef de partie, sous chef. It's
You're everything. You're
all
all
the
over the
positions.
place.
Yeah,
For sure.
and sometimes being dad as well.
That's the main thing.
Yes.
It seems like recently.
Yep.
I also think for being a good chef that you have to be able to keep your cool under pressure, which everyone says it, but you see some chef, like if you're a chef and things get busy during the service and you're screaming and you're throwing shit around, it's not helping anybody.
No, it doesn't show the right example.
You're not showing the right
Yeah,
example.
I used to be like
Mhm.
this, but I'm not anymore, and I'm still working on this to improve myself.
Yes.
Because where I'm coming from, like Michelin star restaurant,
Mhm.
Everybody's under pressure, can get super mad, and
Yeah.
I already seen my ex-head chef in a Michelin star restaurant throwing dessert on the wall because the maître d' didn't came on time. He was pissed off, so he took the Paris-Brest and he threw it on the
Yeah.
wall like you're big deep shit, and why did you come
30
come
seconds
earlier?
too late.
So yeah,
Yeah. It's like
you don't show the good way, the good attitude.
no.
Yeah. Even if it's super busy or you're getting exhausted or
Mhm.
whatever, I don't know, you have to be positive all the time.
For sure.
Being positive is a part of being a good chef as
Mhm.
well.
You're the general. You're leading your guys into war.
Yep.
If they see that you can't handle it or you're scared or whatever,
Leading by example.
they cannot.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's. Hope that answers your question. That's it for me.
Cool.
That's all I got.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So yeah, I've worked with many great pastry chefs. I feel like in my career, I feel like you're one of the really good ones.
Thank you very much.
So I'm like I said in the beginning, just in terms of everything, in terms of creativity, balance, professionalism, experience. That means it means a lot, and it's really cool that you can come into your place like you did, and make a difference, make things happen, move things around, and people were still get that respect out of everybody. So really cool. I'm wishing you the best of luck in the West End, Bora Bora.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, just thank you for.
And I
Thanks
want
for
to
coming
add
on.
that it has been a pleasure for me to work with you as well, with your passion and your professionalism and
Yeah.
everything for the person that you are. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you, chef.
And thank you very much for inviting me.
Thanks for being the first one, man.
Yeah, it's an honor for me, really.
I don't really know how to end this off. Peace. See you next time.
Bisous.
Bisous. That's it.